615,000 pounds of cargo, 16 feet tall, leaving a rail yard in Messina, New York at 9 on a February morning. Top speed, 8 miles an hour. A state police escort, highway by highway, through Potsdam, into Malone. All of it for one grey steel box. You walked past this machine's little cousin this morning, the green box on the sidewalk. You did not look at it. Both boxes are sold out. The companies that make them are pouring billions into new factories right now. By the end, you will see why the line is still getting longer. Start with what the box does. Electricity leaves a power plant at low voltage. To travel long distances, it is pushed as high as 765,000 volts, then stepped back down before it reaches you. At every point where the voltage changes, a transformer is standing there. It has no moving parts. It converts power at 99.5% efficiency or better, one of the most efficient machines humans have ever built. The hum you hear near one is its steel core stretching by about 1 micron, 120 times every second. Now finish the walk. The green box on the sidewalk is a distribution transformer. It used to ship in 4 to 6 weeks. Today, up to 3 years. Its cousin is the size of a house, the large power transformer. More than 90% of America's electricity passes through one. Before the pandemic, an order took 1 to 2.5 years. Now, 3 to 6. 2 machines, 2 queues, both blown out. Which leaves the obvious question, how long the line really is. In the middle of 2025, analysts at Wood Mackenzie measured it. Power transformers now average 128 weeks. The units that connect power plants to the grid, 144. And that is only the average. Transmission scale units are quoted at 3 to 6 years. Some quotes now come back at a flat 60 months. Order one today, it arrives in 2031. Sold out until 2031. And prices are up 77% since 2019. Hitachi Energy is the biggest transformer maker on Earth. 3 years ago, its order backlog was $14 billion. Today, $43 billion. Everyone can see that order book. So the real puzzle is why nobody just builds these machines faster. For every large transformer design that exists, roughly 1.3 units are ever built. One design, one machine, and a third of another. That is the entire production run. The American fleet holds more than 80,000 distinct transformer types. So the machine at the end of that 4-year wait has essentially never been built before. There is no shelf, no finished units parked in a yard waiting for a buyer to call. When an order lands, nothing gets picked off a rack, something gets designed. Your unit does not exist until someone builds it. Each unit is engineered for a single substation. Its voltage, its footprint, its connections, all fixed before the first sheet of steel is cut. 100 to 400 tons, millions of dollars. This is why money cannot shorten the queue. You are not buying a product, you are commissioning one. So here is what making one involves. 3 stations. Station 1, the steel. Every core starts as grain-oriented electrical steel, rolled into thin sheets. Those sheets are the machine's heart, stacked one layer at a time, sheet by sheet, into a core the size of a room. At last official count, 13 manufacturers on Earth can make this steel. Exactly 1 mill in America, Butler Works in Butler, Pennsylvania. Steel and copper alone are more than half the machine's cost. Station 2, the hands. The windings cannot be fully automated. Experienced winders turn the coils largely by hand. Winding one takes extensive experience, and with 80,000 designs in the field, there is no assembly line to build. Station 3, the trial. Moisture ruins the insulation, so the coils go into vacuum ovens for hours until the moisture is pulled out. Then engineers fire simulated lightning into its terminals. Then they run it hot while it burns off its own losses. The factory storms the machine before anyone trusts it. And here is the quiet part of this story. America did not always import these. Main Street, Great Barrington, Massachusetts, March 20th, 1886. William Stanley strings wire along the elm trees. He hides 6 transformers in shop basements along the street. He steps 500 volts up to 3,000 and back down again, and the town lights up. Every data center on Earth is downstream of that evening. Now watch the loop close. October 1987. Building 100, Pittsfield, Massachusetts. The plant that grew from Stanley's own company tests its last large power transformer. Then it shuts the line. Almost exactly 100 years. Invention to exit. There is no villain in that century, just quiet industrial economics. The country that invented this machine gradually stopped making most of them. Today, imports supply about 80% of America's power transformers. So an American order does not join an American line, it joins a global one. But first, the box has to get there. A normal rail car tops out near 100 tons. A large power transformer can weigh 4 times that, and it cannot be bumped or rolled without damage. So it rides a machine built for this alone, the Schnabel car. The transformer is clamped between 2 lifting arms and becomes the structural spine of the train itself. Too heavy to be cargo, so it becomes the vehicle. Around 30 of these cars exist in all of North America. Loaded, they move at roughly 10 to 25 miles an hour. Planned up to a year in advance. Every bridge on the route checked first. February 12, 2026. A 615,000-pound unit crawls out of the Messina rail yard in upstate New York. 8 miles an hour maximum, behind a state police escort. Through Potsdam, into Malone. This is the fastest anyone can make it go. And every one of these crawling boxes has an address. Someone ordered it years ago. Someone is waiting at the other end. So who else is standing in that queue? For a century, the makers of this machine planned around one kind of customer, a utility growing a few percent a year, slow and predictable. Then a new customer walked in, the chief executive of Hitachi Energy, the world's largest transformer maker, says the whole sector is overwhelmed. His order backlog? $43 billion. 3 years ago, it was 14. The 5 biggest technology companies are committing more than $650 billion this year. Data center vacancy in North America is 1.4%. Google says out loud that revenue is waiting on physical capacity. And this new line formed on top of 2 older ones. The first is age. The average large transformer in America is about 40 years old. That is also its design life. 7 in 10 are at least 25 years old. The second is weather. After hurricanes Helene and Milton, Duke Energy alone needed about 16,000 replacement transformers from the same backlogged pool. And behind all of them, 2,290 gigawatts of new power generation and storage are waiting in line to connect to the grid, roughly twice everything already built in America. Every one of those power plants needs its own step-up transformer, the exact class, with the longest wait of all. The obvious conclusion is that the AI build-out is stalling. The truth is more interesting. In April, Bloomberg reported that more than half of America's planned 2026 data centers were expected to be delayed or cancelled. 12 gigawatts were on the books, only about a third was under construction. The named cause was not money, not land, scarce electrical gear. Then came the counter. A research firm, Semi-Analysis, tracked the same sites by satellite. It argued that much of the cancelled half was never real. Speculative announcements, not shovels in the ground. The build forecasts of the biggest buyers moved, about 1%. The honest reading is cleaner than either headline. The real projects are not dying, they are standing in line. And the transformer is the front of that line, not the whole line. Switchgear now averages 44 weeks. Circuit breaker prices are up 47% since 2021. And tap changer bushings are quoted at 3 to 5 years. So the promise from the opening comes due. Everyone can see the problem. The factories are going up right now. And still, the line keeps getting longer. The factory answer is real. In June, Hitachi Energy broke ground on a $457 million plant in Virginia, targeting operation by 2028. Siemens Energy starts production in Charlotte in early 2027, its first transformer plant on American soil. Billions more are committed behind them. And yet, in the first quarter of this year, across its whole business, GE Vernova booked roughly $2 of new orders for every dollar it shipped. That is the paradox in one number. The line grows even while it is moving. Because a factory takes years to build, and a customer takes one phone call to appear, buyers now purchase production slots before they even have a finalized site. Without a reservation, the wait runs up to 4 years. The machine is sold out, years before it exists. So picture the convoy again. 615,000 pounds at 8 miles an hour, rolling past a data center standing dark. This machine is not the obstacle, it is the clock. And right now, the clock reads 2031. Every coil inside it is wound from one metal the world is running short of. That story is on your screen now. The world keeps working while you sleep. So if you liked the video, subscribe to Globistics channel and ring the bell icon, and we'll show you what it's been up to.